You sit down at your desk, neatly arrange your books, take a deep breath, and tell yourself, this time I'm going to study seriously. But just a few minutes later, your phone suddenly becomes the #1 entertainment star on the planet. You comfort yourself. Just one more video. Then your stomach growls. Maybe I should grab something to eat first. And sometimes an even bolder plan pops up. Forget it. I should just move back to the countryside, raise fish, grow vegetables, and live stress-free. Sounds familiar? If you see yourself in this, you're not alone. Research shows that most students are studying the wrong way. They spend hours at their desks, but when it matters, the knowledge vanishes. That feeling of studying a lot but remembering so little is far more common than you think. The good news is there are science-backed methods that can help you learn faster, remember longer, and still have time for the things you love. Watching movies, hanging out, or simply getting a good night's sleep. Here are 6 brain hacks that are so effective, you'll feel like you're cheating. Hack 1, the time rule. Trick your brain into learning faster. Your brain is lazy. It will stretch work to fit the time you allow. Ever plan to do something that should take 10 minutes, but somehow it dragged into 2 hours because of scrolling or distractions? That's Parkinson's law. Work expands to fill the time available. The solution: set ultra-short study sessions. Instead of thinking, I have to study for 3 hours today, think, I'll just study for 20 minutes. Suddenly, your brain stops resisting because 20 minutes feels easy. Here's the trick. Once you start, you often keep going. To boost this effect, clearly write down what you'll do in that time. For example, instead of study physics, write, solve 5 problems on current and power, then self-check. Clarity makes your brain focus and finish faster. Hack 2. The 80-20 rule. Study less but smarter. Not everything you learn matters equally. Some parts give way more value than the rest. This is the Pareto principle. 20% of the material drives 80% of the results. So why waste time on tiny details? Instead, focus on what really matters, the topics that always show up on exams, or the concepts that form the foundation. How to find them? Check past exams, ask your teacher, or skim summaries. One filtering question: if the exam were tomorrow, would this be essential? If not, skip it. Quick tip: don't wait until the last week to take practice exams. Do them early. They instantly reveal the 20% of key material, so you can invest 80% of your time in the right place. Smart learning beats hard learning. Hack 3. The Pomodoro technique. Activate super focus. Ever notice how your productivity skyrockets right before a deadline? That's because urgency forces your brain into laser focus. The Pomodoro method recreates that effect anytime. Set a timer for 30 minutes. Study like you're racing the clock. When the countdown runs, you cut distractions and lock onto the task. After 30 minutes, take a 5-minute break. Stretch, walk around, or even scroll guilt-free. Then repeat. Why does it work? Short sprints keep you sharp without burning out. Your brain knows a break is coming, so it pushes harder without procrastination. Most importantly, you avoid fake studying, staring at notes for hours while absorbing nothing. Hack 4. The Feynman technique. Learn deep like a genius. Do you really understand something? Here's the test. Try teaching it to someone else. Einstein once said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. That's the heart of the Feynman technique. Pick a concept, say photosynthesis. Pretend you're teaching it to a 10-year-old. Use the simplest words possible, no jargon. If you get stuck or need to peek at notes you don't know it deeply yet, go back, learn more, then simplify again until you can explain effortlessly. The benefit? You don't just memorize, you truly understand. When you can express an idea simply, it locks into long-term memory. Hack tip: if no one's around, explain out loud to yourself or write it down. Speaking or writing forces your brain to process deeply, and that cements memory. Hack 5. Supercharge memory with active recall. Want to remember twice as fast? Stop rereading notes. Test yourself instead. This is active recall, the most powerful memory technique. Most people study passively, rereading, highlighting, copying notes, but that doesn't stick. Instead, close your book and ask, what do I actually remember? After finishing a chapter, write down everything you recall without looking. Then check what you missed and repeat. Why does this work? Your brain is like a muscle. It only grows stronger when it struggles. Active recall is weightlifting for memory. It makes recall faster, deeper, and longer lasting. Hack 6. Sleep and movement. Upgrade your brain. Think your brain stores knowledge while you study? Wrong. It only locks information in when you sleep. If you've ever pulled an all-nighter and forgotten everything the next day, now you know why. Lack of sleep kills memory. During sleep, your brain organizes, strengthens, and transfers new knowledge into long-term memory. That's why 7 to 8 hours of sleep isn't laziness, it's smart strategy. And movement helps too. A 10-minute walk pumps oxygen to your brain, improving focus and retention. Hack tip. Feeling stuck? Don't force it. Get up, stretch, move. When you return, your brain will be sharper and your memory stronger. You've just discovered 6 brain hacks to study smarter, not harder. Here's the quick recap. 1. Parkinson's Law. Study in short bursts. 2. The 80-20 rule. Focus on essentials. 3. Pomodoro. Trigger peak focus. 4. Feynman. Teach to learn deeply. 5. Active recall. Test yourself, not just reread. 6. Sleep and movement. Let your brain process better. Now don't just watch and forget. Try one hack today. Comment below which method works best for you. And if you want more brain hacks for faster, smarter learning, don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, you don't need to study harder. You just need to study smarter.